Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 7. Let me share my screen and we can dive right in. This week is the second week of looking at rhetorical modes and really kind of focusing in on one specific one each week. Last week was narration. This week we're going to look at definition. Again, we're still in that introduction of our portfolio number 3. It's going to start with your narrative, and then immediately after, you want to follow with definition. Think of this as like the overview of your topic where you are going to articulate specific key elements. And I don't mean dictionary definition. We're going to go way beyond that and look rhetorically at how authors use that type of modality to create an argument. So you've got your information about the week. Where are we going? What are we learning? We've got our tasks listed here. You're going to have, after this video, you're going to have a lecture video on rhetorical mode of definition, and then you're going to apply it through portfolio number 1. Then you're going to have a lecture-based activity for a process called lateral reading in SIFT, where you're going to locate one source that becomes a part of portfolio 2 and your definition argument that you're developing for your topic. So let's get into lecture 1. Here is that lecture information. It's about an 11-minute video. And then your assignment guidelines for portfolio 1 are listed here. And we're doing a little bit different than last week. It's not just a simple rhetorical analysis essay. Instead, we are doing it collaboratively. You're going to walk through these steps right here located for you. And then you're going to post it on Padlet over here and conduct a peer review over here. Once you finish that, there are some specific things on how to submit this assignment. So please make sure you read this assignment sheet in its entirety so you know exactly what my expectations are for you. Finally, I've given you the criteria for success, and I've given you an example from a different text so that you can understand what it looks like on Padlet, and on here, I also have a model so you can see that model. If you have a hard time accessing the link up here, I know some of you did last week, I have embedded it here for you as a document as well. Once you finish portfolio 2, then you're ready to begin portfolio 1, you're ready to begin portfolio 2. The first step is a lecture that walks you through how to do academic research beyond just using a subscription resource like Galileo or Gale. There's 2 videos here and a lecture series for you to watch that will walk you through a process called lateral reading and then using the SIFT method. You're going to then find your first source and you're going to apply this in discussion 7. The source you find is the source that you will use in portfolio 2. So in portfolio 2, you're taking that source you found and you found the research on, and you are completing a rhetorical analyzed definition that connects to your discussion for topic that you chose, that is also the topic that you're developing for portfolio 3. It's got the steps down here for you using conducting your research, analyzing and defining it using the definition mode, writing a definition paragraph, and then finally how to submit it. Again, read this information so that you know that you're meeting all the criteria for success, and I've provided you a model below of what mine looks like. So that's it. And you're going, oh my gosh, that's a lot. Where do I begin? And I think some of you are struggling with figuring out how to organize yourself in an online course. So I wanted to take this moment and really kind of bring in our friend ChatGPT and have a conversation about it, because what is tempting is to just say, can you write this for me? Instead, what you need is actually somebody to help you say, how do I write this? Not what should I write? And I want to go through that process in this way. So we know that we have, say, I have 3 days this week to work on my course. And I'm going to say Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. I am going to give you what I need to cover. Please hold. I always do this because it's hard to go back and forth and copy and paste, especially since chat wants to fix it. They want to make sure it's done. And I don't want it to go that far ahead. I don't want it to try to give me things that I don't need and make it more complicated. So I give it pieces of information as I need to go through it and then come back and ask at the end for my information. So portfolio one is up first with the lecture. That is, it's 11 minutes. Then I have to do this. And I put colon there. I'm going to go back. I'm going to make this full screen. Now there's nothing else on there I need to do because the other one is the activity and that is embedded in this assignment guidelines. And the one below that is the text I need to read. So I don't need to do anything. I always put this information in quotes so it can see it all. Please review and hold. Okay, so we got portfolio one in there. And that was the first thing that was due. Now, if I go back to Blackboard, maybe I forgot what was due next. I can come out of here. I can go back and go, okay, I got portfolio one in there. I got the rhetorical mode lecture. The next thing I need to do are these three things. So I'm going to copy that out so that I remember. Here's the last part of the week. And then I'm going to tell it that. Now, I need to give it the lecture video information on lateral reading and SIFT. I need to give it discussion 7, and I need to give it portfolio 2. So I'm going to come out of here, and I'm going to go into this page, and I'm going to Control A. What I'm doing is selecting all the information. I'm going to come in here and say lateral reading and SIFT. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to say discussion 7. I'm going to copy this out separate. Discussion 7. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to pull up portfolio 2, view full screen. Coming back into ChatGPT one more time. Can you give me a timed outline? See what it comes up with. Okay, so it gives me the breakdown. It says everything's due Sunday 5th, the 5th. It says I have 3 working days, so it's building a time study plan. I love this part of it as it's going through it. It is breaking down these pieces, and you can see it actually adds a little bit of extra time in some of these so that you know you have enough. Like the read and annotate, that's not going to take you 60 minutes to do. It's going to take you maybe 15. But it puts it in there just in case. It breaks down each of the pieces and gives you kind of an outline of what you are going to see. So you can see your time this week is about 7.5 to 8.5 hours. The course is designed to be 10. I think this is closer to 6, to be honest with you. But it gives you kind of a guide and an idea of where to go. Now, it tells me what I can do each day with timing if I want to get this very specific. And I'm going to say, can you give me an outline steps by day? And what I love about this is telling it what days I have available. It gives me a checklist of what to do. I don't like the way this looks. I think this is a little hard to read. So I'm going to say, give it to me in a table. And it'll give it to me in a table that I can then copy out. But it does tell me what I need to do by day, how much time it's going to take so that I can chunk out how much time I need for each thing and then what to do. Now, one of the things that I find most interesting, let's say here, it's almost done. I'm going to say, how do I submit each assignment? One of the things I know some of you are struggling is what to do with this assignment. Where does this one go? Oh my gosh, I checked this off. I don't know where to submit it. So this is a way outside of Blackboard to make sure that you know what to submit and how to submit it for each thing. It says you're submitting a Padlet post, you're responding to two peers. Then it says to go to this link and submit it, a screenshot of your Padlet post. Some of you are going to miss that. It's like 2 lines in the assignment guidelines, but ChatGPT is connecting it for you so that you can see it. Then discussion 7, it says how to do that. Then discuss a portfolio 2, it talks about how to do that. And then it even gives you a double checklist. This is a legitimate way to use ChatGPT to help you with your online courses so that you can become more organized and make it a little bit easier for you to navigate some of these longer, more complex assignments that are happening. I hope that was helpful. I know it was a lot, but I do feel that that is a moment for us to stop and think about how can we organize ourselves as we get into the busier part of the semester. Keep going. I'm super proud of how hard y'all are working. I love that you're reaching out and asking me questions. Feel free to do that. I'm happy to respond to you, and make sure that you're on the right way. I do want to take just a moment and talk about what is probably the most important thing as we get into this part of the semester. We're nearly to midterms. And what I find from students is this is where you start to go, well, this class is more of a priority than this class. And here's the deal. If this class is not your priority because it's easier for you to do or you need some time and you don't have it this week, putting off submitting on time is going to drastically impact your ability to receive feedback. I want you to understand that I have like 150 college students, and that's not my day job. That's my part-time jobs, right? And if I have to read each one of those essays, I have to time myself, just like ChatGPT did for you, on what time I'm going to allow for each team, each course, so to speak, to make sure that I am providing the feedback I need to provide in a timely manner. So if you submit outside of the due date, there is a very real potential that I will not be able to give you feedback. Now, I'll grade it. I'm not saying I won't grade it and I'll take care of that for you, but I don't have time to then go back and type up all that feedback that I give to you. So that means that you're going to be flying blind on these pieces that become a part of Portfolio 3. The whole point is for me to give you that feedback so you can make the changes you need to make before Portfolio 3. So when you get there, you have a really good idea of what to do to improve Portfolio 3 since it's a one and done assignment. You don't have an opportunity to revise or redo on that one. So that's my warning. Please make sure you adhere to those timelines. Even if you email me, and I love that you email me and say, hey, I'm going to be late, that allows me to understand what's going on with you, and I appreciate that. But please still understand that that doesn't mean that I'm going to then have time a week later when you do submit it to give you that feedback because I'm on to the next assignment. So keep that in mind. Do your best. Get things in on time. It is important. Being on time is important. It's important in all my jobs. If I post grades late, it's a very big deal. And I get multiple people upset at me. And I don't want to live that way. And I know you don't either because you guys are great humans. So please do everything within your power to get assignments in on time. All right. If you need me, I'm on email. And I look forward to reading your definition essays this week. And I hope you like the article. It's very Octoberish. Have a good week.